between the episodes on Eisenholm. 1.20 is here. The update went smooth as butter, so let's get right into it. In order to prepare ourselves to take on the Resonance Archives and eventually nab ourselves an elk mount, I got to work processing a whole boatload of iron into plates and chainmail so we can get that blackguard armor repaired. While I waited for more iron blooms to get cooked up, I hopped outside to break down our massive conglomerate slabs into more cobblestone and dry stone for the castle walls. There's a lot of rock in them thar slabs. Oh, before I forget, I updated the mod list for our 1.20 adventures and made a couple of small changes to the lineup. I swapped out the Dressful mod for Vanity, which is the same mod being used on the Rusty Gears server to hide armor. With this, we can pick and choose exactly what parts of our outfit to be visible. We can even forego pants. Weirdly, that's foreshadowing. Pantslessly, I finished up with the rocks and got back to processing the fresh batch of iron blooms. I had to put up a makeshift barrier while I worked to keep out all of the safety inspectors who were adamant I needed to wear pants while working with hot metal. What do they know? With a final bloomery firing away the last of the iron we'll need to finish the blackguard armor, I went over to the farmhouse to take stock of what provisions we might be missing for our trip to the archives. I also put my pants back on so the rain wouldn't run down into my boots. The last thing I want is wet socks. Ugh. Taking the already processed iron, I got the helmet and chest plate of the blackguard armor repaired. We'll still need the leg armor lest we leave our kneecaps exposed, so with a tin bronze pickaxe tucked away in our inventory, I set sail to the east to pay our treasure hunter trader a visit. Not only do they have the map we'll need to find the Resonance Archives, but they also occasionally sell pieces of the blackguard armor. After a lengthy jaunt over, they only had the helmet in stock. I also forgot to bring my wallet. Whoops. No matter. I inquired about anything interesting Team F may have come across, and in exchange for that tin bronze pickaxe, I received a map with the approximate location of the Resonance Archives. Apparently something large and dangerous rests among the forgotten treasures it may hold. With only a day or so until Team F refreshed their stock, I set off for home to grab my gears. I didn't get far before I, of course, fell down a pit. While down there, I found a large brown coal deposit, as well as a small ruin with a couple of goodies. After returning to the surface, I found another ruin along the way, and did a little grave robbing for future building materials. Already in the throes of getting distracted by every shiny object on my route, I made a quick stop at the translocator I'd marked a while back, which led to an area just north of the archives. Taking a quick peek at the surface, I found the first red clay deposit of the world. We'll have to keep that in mind for later. Eventually, I made it back home to drop off everything I'd collected from the little side excursions. I did a little gardening, collecting the cabbages, as well as our first harvest of pink apples. Maybe some pies in our future. With domestic duties complete, I remembered to grab my rusty gears this time, and set sail once again to check on Team F's updated stock. It hadn't refreshed just yet upon arrival, so I took a nap and went about exploring and picking up copious amounts of flowers in the meantime. Eventually, the trades refreshed. But alas, no leg armor. And so that brings us to today, where we may not have the pants for our blackguard armor set, but when has that ever stopped us? We don't need no pants. Pants are for squares. Yes, that's a good point. We are made of squares, thank you. But regardless, we will press on. So now that we have the approximate location of the Resonance Archives, marked over to the east there, that's a little bit of a trek a ways. We're going to go, grab our armor, get ourselves geared up, and make the journey out. I believe way over yonder, right here, where that translocator sent us. If the map will ever load, there's a long distance to go. Yeah, there we go. Right here is just north of where the Resonance Archive is. It's 67, 65. Not too bad. So with or without pants for our armor, let's get back home and prep ourselves for a little bit of a expedition. Oh, there's a storm rolling in. We'd best skedaddle. Ah, yes. This is the weather that's far more familiar. So, as we sail along back home, here's what we've got on the docket.
Since we've already repaired the 2 pieces of the armor that we've got for our Blackguard set, we'll wear those. Maybe not on the journey there, but once we get into the dungeon proper, absolutely. And also, since we just picked a bunch of apples, why don't we do a little bit of baking and make ourselves some apple pie? I like apple pie. Okay, now that we're warm and dry, or at least drying off, let's discuss tactics as this storm rolls through overhead. You can hear the rain pitter-patter against the windows. Immersion. We're going to want to make sure that we finish up a couple of time-sensitive tasks around here, like the flax that's getting close to being fully grown. Well, we'll see how close that gets. By the time we're ready to head out and all geared up and have pies and all that ready, if it's pretty close, we'll give it a chance to finish growing first before we head on out so we can replant and, not be a waste in potential growing season. We also, with 1.20 now here, we're fully updated, everything went very smooth, actually. There was just one little hiccup, and I suppose a little bit of confession time. Let's sit down at the breakfast table, have ourselves a little bit of a heart-to-heart, shall we say. So I made a duplicate of this world just so I could fly around after the update to make sure everything was looking proper and things were going to load all right enough at chunk borders. What I didn't expect is that map data is shared between this one and the creative copy. So the area where the Resonance Archives is already kind of revealed on the map. It's that way. But we have a giant X on the map showing us where to go anyway, so I don't really think that's much of an advantage. We still have to get there. That, and I do also have a very rough approximation of where the second story structure is. I just needed to make sure that everything was going to load in properly for this world so we wouldn't have any horrible interruptions where we get a few episodes in and realize, oh, it's not going to work. So I may have ever so slightly spoiled myself just at a location, didn't look inside, but it was all in the name of longevity of the world. That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. I still don't know what happens, so that's going to be a fun little adventure for us both to uncover. But with confessions out of the way, let's check on our flax and make a few pies, shall we? Let's take a look here. We're 8 out of 9, 7 out of 9. Yeah, these are almost done. Okay. And down below here, these are same boat, 8 out of 9 and 7 out of 9. How is the rest of the soil looking? Oh, most of that's all come back up. Let's get the rest of these planted then. If this soil is already replenished, that's great. And once we've harvested all of the other flax, we'll have enough seeds to finish replanting the rest of this, just to get our next harvest of flax already underway. Gotta maximize the growing season. Okay, you want it in here? You can be in here. So, let's get ourselves a little bit of pie here. Alright, so we just have to make some dough, which we can do with some flour and water. Then we pop our apples in. So, probably not flax grain, but spelt? Spelt could be good. We have spelt and rye. So with 3 ovens, I'd imagine that's 3 pies, so we can do... It's gonna be 4 each. And the quern is not here. That's over in the workshop. Gotta grind up this grain, turn it into flour, give it to your Valentine, but it's not that kind of flour. Please don't be full of monsters. Grind up the old grains here. There we go. Flour in hand. Well, and I guess we don't have to worry about the iron that just finished in the bloomery over there, because we don't have the pants to use those on. Yet, one day. One day we will have pants. Ooh. Okay, so. Pop those out of our inventory. We don't need those right now. Let's grab our bucket. Fill it full of water. There's a rift nearby. Let's take our flour and our water. Make ourselves some dough. A little bit more water. Let's double check the pie mechanics here. Fill it with 4 filling items. Alright, 4 apples per pie. Get on out of there. That's where I keep my grain. And now, I'd like to welcome you to baking with Solstin. Now you see here, we're going to take our dough, pop that there. We got to get ourselves a pie crust. And put 4 apples in there. I mean, they just instantly turned to mash right there. That used 8 apples. Okay. Well, add some pie crust to that. We could change the style. Kind of like that crisscross. Got ourselves 1 pie. Guess I gotta grab myself more apples. Just take the whole stack. There we go. Pop that on the floor. That's sanitary, right? Crust that one up and pop that down there. So it used twice as many apples as I expected, but that's okay. That means they're twice as filling. Let's get these ovens preheated. So while these ovens are preheating, why, pray tell, are we doing pies? Is it just to use the new apples? Well, partially. But also, in any of these dungeons, they are protected locations, which means we can't place or pick up any items off the ground. Well, unless there's, you know, crucibles or bowls or cooking pots or anything there, then you can pick up and place things that can go in, like, that group of 4 that sits on that block. But that's about the extent of it. So we can't place down a crock in most spots down there. So pie, great hand food. Oh, ovens are ready. Pop a pie in there. Pop a pie in there. And pop a pie in there. And now we watch them bake. And there we have it. A fresh baked set of pies. Ah. They're gonna be delicious. And quite nutritious, too. Yum yum. So, with these pies here, we can cut them. There we go. Now we have 12 semi-decent meals. How's the flax? Still 8? Alright. Let's attend to a couple of other chores here. Let's feed the animals. Maybe collect an egg or 2. Who knows? Hello, chickens. No eggs? Makes sense. You haven't had food. There you go. Hello, piggies. Would you like some grain? Yes. Yes. Begin to consume, my sweet little darling pigs. Get. You're already pregnant. Good, good. I should get you all upstairs. Everyone, up. Upstairs. I need something to attract them to upstairs. The food ain't doing it, apparently. Go on, come on, get up. Get upstairs. Get upstairs, please. I need to separate you all. This will never work with generations if I don't separate you all. Out of the basement. Please? Please, out of the basement. I have grain in my hands, please. What if I were to put water? There you go. There you go. I flooded your basement. Get on up them stairs. Go on. Go on. Go up the stairs. I know you want to. Get. Don't you start coming down here too. Get out of my face, mate. Oh, you're all up here. There's so many of you. Okay. I think they're gonna need a bit more grain. There's a lot of them. We're going through the flax grain. There's not a lot of grain left. Going through the flax grain. Gonna feed it to the pig, yes. You're the last one. Please, please cooperate. I'll make you a deal, okay? Okay, you'll get the good grain. If you go inside, I'll give you the good grain. Special stuff we keep in the back. I see. I see. You don't bargain with terrorists. I understand. Stop turning. Come on. Come on. Come on. They're all in there. Everything's good in the world. Alright, how's the flax? Still not ready. Alright. How are the soybeans? Ready. And among all the flax, none of it is done just yet. We have a little bit to wait. Okay. Food restocked. Soybean seeds. Away. Pigs are sorted. Flax is almost ready. Most of the inventory is cleared away. Bucket. Back home. Bandages in the inventory. Pie in the inventory. Armor. Ready to go, except for my pants. Which is okay. I guess we're just gonna go pantsless. Drifters at the door. All is right with the world. So, with it being apocalyptic and nighttime, let's have ourselves a snooze. Still raining, once again. Down to low rift activity. The flax is still working away. Alright. Well, if there's anything I learned from the last time we were waiting for flax to grow, sometimes it takes longer than you expect. So you know what? Because we might still have a few days, and by that point our pies are gonna start getting a little dangerously close to beginning to spoil. Let's not worry about efficiency. We'll probably only be gone a few days in total, I hope. Let's just get this little adventure underway, shall we? I'll just set up a little crate on my back with a few extra supplies and set up a little base of operations once we find the mouth of the Resonance Archive. There's gonna be a lot of loot, a lot of ups and downs to put that loot away. So let's bring ourselves a chest. That one seems appropriate. Yeah. So this doesn't have a whole lot in it. The map, some scrolls. This was our lore chest, but you know what? We're gonna fill it with things from the lore place. And for the moment, we're just gonna pop these in here just temporarily while we're on our little vacation. 2 servings. This will be good food for travel. Not so useful once we're there. Got the pie. We got our bandages. We got 30 tin bronze arrows. We do have the blackguard sword. The gears, well, we'll find more, so it's not like those are going to take up an extra slot. We'll stack the gears that we find onto that. The splitter plugs, the hammer, tools and such, I'm not going to need. So let's just... We're just going to pop that... Wait. I have a chest specifically for this. This is the going out chest. So we're just going to pop all the things that we don't need for while we're going out. Steel pickaxe is going to be a good idea. Maybe? Are we going to need a steel pickaxe? Just in case. Just in case. We don't know what kind of things we're going to deal with. A bit of dirt there is probably going to be good for climbing. Ladders, always good for climbing. A lot of this won't be useful once we get inside. As will the raft and the ore. They're only going to be good for the travel. But let's just pop the things that we'll need. 30 tin bronze arrows. Let's take these ones with us. Yeah, we'll go through those. Just to use them. Just to have some extras. Pop the armor. Into the chest there. Take the shield. Also going to want that. Knife is going to be good for harvesting from everything we take down while we're down there. Yeah, I think we're set. Temporal gear. Grab ourselves a temporal gear so we can set our spawn when we're out there. Because that's a trek to come back, and we're probably going to die at least once. Very likely we won't survive the whole time out there. Well, I think we've got all the gear we're going to possibly need. Let's just take one last little peek at the flax just to see if it's starting to finish. I mean, there's still some that have 2 stages left to go through. You know, I don't think we're going to have to worry about this finishing too far before we come back. Yeah. Okay. Well, we got a chest on our back. A rainy morning. What little chores we had are all done around the house. What say you to us getting on the road? Or the raft. There's no roads. Where we're going, we don't get roads. We do get lightning strikes, though. Let's get going. Woo!
So now that we're in the proper area here, we just kind of have to search around. Now, I may have said that in the creative version of this world, I came around here just to make sure everything worked, but because it was the creative mode, I kind of just phased through the ground to look for the shaft, so I don't actually know where the entrance is. Gotta keep the challenge. Goat, sir. Sir and or madam. Madam, do you know? You don't know, do you? Okay. Once we find where the entrance is, we'll set up a little bit of a base camp, put down the chest on our back, and get ourselves all cozied in, set our spawn. Any signs of anything out of the ordinary? Nothing. Now it's gotta be within the rough approximate location of where the X is, so I might actually be looking just a tad bit too far away from it. Now, usually the entrance for the Resonance Archive is always gonna be up on top of a mountain, just because of a long shaft downwards into the actual dungeon itself. And so it's probably gonna be buried into the side of one of these rock faces. Somewhere. Oh, I think we found it. Hey, you fell on your own, okay? Don't you take that out on me. Just look at it. We got some cranes. Ooh, crane with a whole winch. Now this whole little winch system would actually look pretty nice, I think, for our workshop. Get some good mechanical bits in there. Now, up to a certain point, we can still salvage pretty well anything we want, especially these aged torch holders. We'll be taking quite a few of those today. But eventually down there where, well, it hasn't rendered all the way down to the bottom, so that's why we're seeing that white glow. But that goes down quite a way. There's no light down there. Yet. But I think here is where we're going to set up base camp. And do we want to take these doors? I think they're going to make a couple interesting doors for a part of the workshop. We won't be able to open or close them, so we'll have to just place them in an open state. I'm sure we can find some sort of use for them. Ooh, if not the workshop. Maybe in like a vault somewhere down in the castle. Maybe the front doors of the castle? So many possibilities. Is that aged wood up behind me? Ooh, we're gonna have a field day with this place. So I think out of everything, this has a set of doors. So this room here, this can be our good little fallback area. Place the torch. Take the old chest off our back and pop her down there. And we're just gonna yoink these while we're up here, why not? Yeah. Now this whole crane mechanism, a lot of it is a mix of beams, I believe, and mostly just chiseled blocks. But this is something we're probably going to want to, we're probably going to want to block off the hole so we don't lose pieces down this super long drop. That might be a later thing, because it's not really going to matter all that much. That's purely decorative. We'll take some of the more useful stuff first and come back for this. So for the moment, let's just pop our respawn point. That's a lot of screen shake. And let's pop on the armor. Now visually, it's not doing anything. That's why we're going to want to have our armor showing, because look at that. Look at how cool we look, huh? Yeah. Helmet? Nah, let's see our face. But let's also take off... Well, we can't really see, actually. We take off our pants. There's no visual difference, but we're just going to take off our pants because then we'll know that since we don't have armor on our legs, we're not wearing anything on our legs. We're going pantsless for this. The way the devs intended. Oh, why am I like this? We got a nice little clink clank as we walk around. We are a little bit slower, but that's okay. I'll probably grab a few things on the way down, some more aged torch holders and whatnot that I'm going to see on the way. How did I not take damage? Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. Need a bit of a breather after that. That was a little bit of a panicked moment. I
Didn't think I was gonna survive that. I thought I had made a little bit of a doo-doo mistake. But apparently I'm okay. I landed on that torch holder. And, okay. So the last time I was in a Resonance archive was way back in 1.18, I think. And up until about halfway down this shaft, you could still break things, so I was taking torch holders left and right. So I guess it's more balanced that they've made it so that the entire shaft is claimed. So, there go my plans of plunder. That's okay. I got 2. I'm happy with that. So let's get on down there. It's dark and spooky in here, man. Engineering. So down in here, we got ourselves a big old contraption. We're gonna have to fix this boy, aren't we? To get the power back on. This black coal is gonna be pretty helpful. Might come back for it after, because that's a good supply of black coal. See, we can take things from piles and stack things back up into piles, and that's kind of the extent of the control we have down here, really. That's a lot of black coal in there. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to come down here for all my fuel needs. I didn't bring a torch. There being less stuff that we can pick up in here, well, anything that's just sitting around as decor, we don't really have to worry about, so there's only gonna be so much we can take for decorative purposes. But at the moment, what we need is a lit torch. So I might have to take a brief little foray right back up where we came from so I can place down a torch, light it, and come right back down. And we thought our days of long ladders were over, huh? Light this little guy up. Okay, we're relegated to pie and bandages now for all of our sustenance needs of HP and hunger. Let's not get confused. Don't smear pie in our wounds and bandages in our mouth, even if they are filled with honey and sulfur. They'll just taste like sweet farts. So the library. This is our main goal. It's where the archive is. It resonates. The Resonance Archives, even. Okay, let's bring this baby to life. Let's hear this kitten purr. There we go. So, if we look at the 2 sides of this machine here, we're going to notice something's missing. This one here, missing a pump head. And the other side, over yonder here, is missing a large temporal gear. So those are the 2 things we're going to have to find while we're in this little archive here. And oh, look, the lights are on. So what do we got over there? Commons. That's going to be loot, probably. Nobles' quarters. That sounds about our speed. Who am I kidding? Nobles? Us? No, not so much. A lot of garbage in here. They were trying to live large and in charge, but oh boy. They died as they lived. Surrounded by junk. A treasure chest. Junk, my favorite. Omok pieces. That's... We don't have anyone to play Olmok with. It's like a board game. What do we have in here? Anything good? We got fruit snacks in here. Large silver bracelet. Okay. Some clothes. Ooh. We got some funny masks with some barber stuff. We all know what happened the last time I put on a funny-looking mask, so maybe we'll come back for these. But priority right now is going to be useful things, since we have very limited inventory space. What's in here? We got a silver ingot. Silver ingot could be handy. One of the nice things with the archives here is that it does kind of regenerate after a little while. I can't remember if it's a month or a week in-game, but ooh, 2 gold ingots. That's a gold plate right there. Silver chain, that's decorative, but nah, don't need no silver chain. Forlorn Hope tunic, okay. We're wanting to redo our wardrobe. There are definitely some options in here. But as I was saying, every once in a while, this place will actually reset so you can, you know, refight the boss, redo all the puzzles, and re-experience getting all the loot. So it's not like if we miss everything here, or, you know, if we loot everything here, not much is great. That's fine. We could just come back another time. I wish to break you, chandelier. I want you. I need a chandelier. I suppose whatever's in here... Ooh. Glasses and an elk medallion. Okay. This... We're taking this elk medallion. We're going to need one of these medallions. This is going to help us claim ownership of an elk mount. And also, some plain glasses. Yes, hello, it is I, Professor Solstin, here in the ruins of the Resonance Archives. I do science and things. Professor of bonology. People have bones. That's my thesis. Is there anything left in here that I haven't taken? Okay. Noble's quarters. Secured. Goods confiscated. What's over yonder? I don't know, I can't read. The writing's too small. Ooh. So's the walkway. Garderobe. My favorite room. If you'll excuse me, well, I've already taken my pants off. Please look away. They really missed out on an opportunity to have compost in here you could take. We're just gonna keep that smell in there. Ooh. So many holes in so many floor. Ah, we've looped all the way around. Guess we're hey. Now, boys, lads. You sit down like you're told. You think you're in control here? No. I'm in control. Oh, spoders. Spodermans. Okay. On guard. Avast ye. Why didn't I bring my tuning spear? Did I make a tuning spear? I don't remember if I've ever made a tuning spear. Well, let's loot this place. Garbage. Salt. Garbage. We have salt. Plenty of salt. Lime. So got plenty of lime. If we weren't in such a resource-rich place, that would actually be useful. Cooking pots. Bowls. Crocks. Hey. No, they're just crocks. I can make more. Lead, you say? I would love to have these pipes. Those would be so cool to have. Oh. Curvy Bone Joe. We meet again. Just doing a little bit of a clean sweep of all these rooms here. You know, just double check in case there's anything. You, who? Oh, you get out of here. Woohoo. That'll teach you. How dare you exist. From older versions, I remember a lot of these having chests in between the beds, not decorative crates. Guess it makes sense, you know. A lot of the loot was pretty overwhelming, so yeah, it makes sense for balance reasons that they would have kind of toned it down just ever so slightly. Time may be of the essence to an extent here. I am running low on food already. I did not think that food would be going down quite so quickly. As a pack rat, it greatly pains me to not be grabbing everything. Absolutely everything. Where is... Wait, engineering's there. The staircase is up, so let's go on up to the first floor here. Okay, library is not open, but the Bell Workshop is. Alright. Wish me luck. They wouldn't hit a guy with glasses, right? Let's hope. Anything good in the workshop here? No? Just bell parts, refuse and mud, and a Narrowing passageway. Oh, yeah. Cool. Build up the dread. Oh, there it is. Silence you! Oh! Don't you dare. That's right, fight amongst yourselves. Fight your friends. Fight your... Oh, don't hit me. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, 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 no. Oh, no, no, no. Come on, go down, go down, go down, please. Oh, oh, thank God. Okay. Close the door. Oh. Oh. Okay. You're just gonna stay hiding? Yeah. Yeah, you hide. You run. Yeah. That's what I thought. You're not so big. You're not so scary. When you're up in melee, huh? What do you have inside you? Let me feast upon your organs. You have nothing. You're empty inside, just like your conscience. Ah. Here we are. Some Jonas parts there. Large temporal gear. That's what we're after. Our inventory's full. Oh boy. Pop one of those in there. And that there. Grab this scroll. An inconvenience.
Apologies, Florian. We've been dealing with a shortage of supplies regarding the generator. They mentioned the broken pump. We've also found an issue with one of the gears just this morning. Naturally, I've repaired the gear already and need only to reinsert it now. But there might be some delay before we can requisition a new pump. I shall ask Wade and his team if I might repurpose one of his devices from the mines, but I suspect he will be loath to part with it. In the meantime, I fear there will be some disruption to the mechanisms running the archives. I know the scribes find it unpleasant, but you'll have to enter the library through the maintenance room for now. Don't worry. He won't bother you. Ibrahim.
Well, we've got one of the items we came here for. So let's bring this back up and see what else it opens. Alright. So... one more mechanism working properly. Let's check on our fuel here. How are the lights? 7. Let's just fuel that up a little bit more. Can we take this home with us? I wish to drink the forbidden Gatorade. I bet you anything it's Baja Blast. I mean, just look at that iridescent glow. It's either that or Nuka-Cola Quantum. Okay. Ah.
Tired of all this damn shoveling. Every morning, Eustace the boiler needs more coal, and every night, Eustace the gasifier needs more coal. I suppose I should be grateful to still be alive at this point, but honestly, couldn't they make some kind of little metal man to shovel the coal and leave me in peace? I'll make sure they both stay lit, of course. Make sure the little metal men are keeping up their work and all. Yes. I quite like the sound of that. Foreman Eustace keeping everything running. Now that's got some weight to it.
So that's pretty well just telling us that we could light coal to turn things on, pretty much. We've already gone through everything here, so let's just go... Ah, the door's open. Victory. My absolutely fantastic 100% never incorrect instincts are correct. This is the translocator room. All right. Got our translocators there. We got granite blocks. Anything good up here? A lot of granite blocks. More granite blocks. Nothing that we need. All right. We're down in the mines. And we're already beset upon by... Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Oh, I hit the Windows key. No. No, you leave me alone. Oh, I don't know where I'm going. Okay. Oh, were these the same ones that I was fighting before? Oh boy, okay, we're just running around in here, hoping for the best. I'm gonna get lost in these mines. Ooh. My spindly arms cannot keep up with this. Well, at least that guy's just a little guy. Oh, that's a nightmare drifter. Oh, that's a saw blade locust. Oh, come on. No. Well, I died. Wait a minute. Hold up. Is that specific to dying down there? You get to keep all your stuff? Interesting. Alright. I mean, not all your stuff, but I got to keep at least what I was wearing. I guess that's helpful. So that you can actually go back in, get all your stuff. Especially if wherever you were was dangerous. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. Okay. Get back in the mines. I have no idea where my stuff was in the mines. So that'll be a little fun time trying to get that out of here. I got no weapons. Let's try not to die again this time. Oh boy. Hello, yes, please, I would like my things. I was straight ahead. Alright. Oh, that's what I got stuck on. Okay. And that thing just one-shot me. Now it's personal. All of my bandages are down there. So I'm going to need to run. And scream. Probably cry. Alright, Sawblade Locust, I don't like you and you don't like me. But you will not take me down thrice. Oh, don't you dare! No! Ah! Oh, that's what I thought. Wipe yourself off, you dead. Whew! Okay, you had to have been guarding the correct path. Oh, here we are. The pump head. I sacrifice it as tribute. I'm taking this. I'm taking your pump. Let me out of here. I need this more than any of you do. Getting out of this mine, and I am never coming back down here. The coal is not worth it. 0 out of 10. Bad Yelp review. I'm leaving that. Oh. Okay. Alright. Back to engineering. Oh. Can you tell? I've had a rough day. I think I've ever been killed consecutively that many times before. Alright, so this side's all well and good and functioning and loud. This side... Beyond these doors lies our greatest challenge and our destiny. And hopefully it's not stronger than a buzzsaw locust. Because, my heart won't take it if this thing one-shots me.
It is I, the pantsless hero. On guard. Avast ye.
It is I, the pantsless hero. Oh, he got me good. Make me look more valiant than I am. I've got him on the ropes. Hey, butthead. Oh, geez, no. Really? I should have worn pants today. I've been down there long enough, the torch is burnt out. Oh! Oh! Huh. Okay. You all go away. Get out of here. Oh. I need a Tylenol. And a nap. Okay, I've got my elk medallion, that's the important thing. I got all my limbs, that's the semi-important thing. Time to claim my reward. Now this was hard won. Glider schematic is gonna let us make, well, as the name suggests, a glider. I'm actually physically tired after all that. That was all those deaths. Those were real. We can make more glider schematics, which we might. We're on our own here, so I don't know if we'll need it. But the glider, not great for storage. But we can fly off of tall structures. Fly, I guess, is a bit of a stretch. We glide. Got some vessels here that we can't take. There's a lot of lore books in here. Any of these bookshelves with a glowing book there, those can be taken. Unfortunately, I have no inventory space. What I do have space for, what I will make space for, however. We're taking this crown. We've been crowned champions by default. Really, it was kind of a pity prize. I mean, I walked into this man's home, he beat me 7 ways to Sunday, and I'm not even wearing pants. But this just shows you, humans are persistence hunters. Emphasis on persistence in this case. So I think I have at least somewhat earned a crown. Now I can sneak in the bushes and give people whoppers. Anything cool on this top floor, or is it all just books? Yeah, I think this top floor is just books. And back down we go. And on to the main purpose for coming into this library here. The resonator. Ah. Now in another timeline, things would have gone very differently. I would not be all beat up, wouldn't be wearing glasses or a crown. So let's see what it would have looked like then.
Aren't you listening? I said there's too many missing. Sure, we were dying like mayflies, and mind you, some things were a bit hazy for me towards the end, but even so, they can't have all perished and they can't have all turned. I cannot be the only one. But where are they? That's what it always comes back to. No, they hardly know anything. Of course, it pains me to see them suffer. They're like little lost children, huddled in their homes. But it's for the best. It's all for the best. We had all the knowledge in the world, and worlds beyond, and what good did it do us? No. Best leave them to it. Best let them think me as some mad old sorcerer and leave me in peace. Forgive me my ramblings. I had lost hope, honestly. It became nothing more than a goal to chase, to keep me sane over all these years, but here we are. And here you all are, somewhere out there. The world has changed. But if the archives still stand and you're hearing this message, well, you must already know this. Come find me, my friends. There is much to discuss. The world has shifted since the old days, and I have yet to find where the archives now lay. I cannot give you a direct path, but I will have maps delivered to some familiar places. If you can find your way to, let's see, Nadia, the spoils, the lazaret, cardinals, or perhaps quiet, we'll find further directions. If you do not know these lands, well, I suppose try asking one of the more adventurous sorts around you. Perhaps someone can provide some assistance. I pray your journey is a short one. Only a couple of decades.
And with that, I think our business down here is concluded for the moment. Until we come back for the spoils we couldn't pick up. In the meantime, let's head back to the surface. Goodbye, archives. It was a pain. That was an endeavor. Worthwhile. There's plenty we need to come back for, but for the moment, I think we can call this Resonance Archive conquered. Albeit with great pain, many broken bones, I can't feel my kidneys. I couldn't before, but I really can't now. So I'm going to make my way home. But in the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And a special shout out to all of our channel members. You're all the greatest. Thank you so much for your support. And I hope you enjoyed watching me torture myself over and over and over again. I'll see you all in the next one when we get back home and get to some building, playing around with a lot of these new 1.20 blocks. Maybe pick out a spot for a nice big old boat. Take a look at Waddle and Daub. What'll it do? Waddle and Daub. What am I saying? No clue. Oh, and we could take a look at that cementation furnace, see all the different colors of bricks we can make. Whole bunch of colors. I like colors. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough. Have yourselves a good night, day, morning, whatever time it is for you. Remember, make good choices. Prepare for journeys properly. Don't come under-equipped and under-prepared like me. That's how they get your kneecaps. Keep your kneecaps safe. Do it for me. Okay, bye-bye. You know, they always say wear clean underwear just in case you get hit by a bus. What they never tell you is to wear clean underwear just in case you get smacked to death by a 20-foot tall robot crushed under rubble.